everybody. So I did a video recently that was my favorite beauty items under $5, and I wanted to go ahead and do one that was for my favorite beauty items that are $10 and under. I guess the same kind of disclaimer as last time. You're going to see a lot of the same brands, and the majority of the reason for that is I mostly buy cruelty-free items, so I don't really buy a lot of like Maybelline, L'Oreal, things like that, because they do animal testing, and I try to buy stuff that does not test on animals, so that's why you're going to see some of the same brands over and over again. I'll start with brushes this time. So these are some of my favorite Real Techniques brushes. If you've never used them, these are really, really awesome brushes. I usually buy them at Ulta, and I typically wait until they go on sale, buy one, get one half off, which happens pretty frequently. Next up are these e.l.f. eyeshadow palettes. Let me open them up so you can see them. So this is a smoky palette, and I use this one quite a bit. It's like a combination of matte and shimmery shades. This is a new one that I haven't really used a whole lot yet, but it's Mad for Matte. Ugh. I have been using this like orangey rust shade. It's really pretty. So it's nice to just have like an all matte neutral palette. And then this one is kind of the dark horse of the bunch, and it's the Prism palette in the shade Sunset. Obviously I haven't used it a ton, but these shadows, especially in this Prism palette, are so buttery and so pigmented, especially for like, look at these colors. Like, you wouldn't expect an inexpensive palette with these colors to be as, yeah, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that on camera, but they are just really pretty and fun to work with, and you can make so many gorgeous looks out of this palette. But I just love those. These are $10, and you just get a lot of shadows. It's really nice and compact because it doesn't come with a brush. Next up is the NYX Born to Glow Liquid Illuminator. They do have this in a few different colors now, which is awesome. This is the shade Sunbeam. It's the lightest one. It's kind of getting a bad reflection, but it's very pink. And it's just a nice liquid highlighter. It's really easy to work with, and it just creates a really pretty highlight. That's not what I'm wearing today. I should have put it on, but I didn't think about it. Then I've also got one more brush to show you guys. This is my new favorite brush for applying eyeshadow, and it's Royal and Langnickel, and it's their crease smudge brush. This actually comes in a set with one other eyeshadow brush. I got it in an Ipsy bag, so I just have this one, but if you buy it online, it's $8, and it comes with this brush and another one that's one-sided. So this is just really handy. It's just super fluffy, but it's still like somewhat dense, so you can really pack the shadow on and then blend it out. I do find that I typically need another like fluffier brush if I really want to blend it well, but I like this because you can apply it and blend it with the same brush. And then I use the smudge side to do under the eyelid, and I did use this brush today to apply my shadows. Next, this is something that you've seen probably all over YouTube, but just in case you haven't, it's the Nivea Sensitive Post Shave Balm, and you can actually use this as a primer, and that is what I used today. I love it. It just really grabs onto my makeup and holds it the whole day, and I find that it also just makes my skin feel better. So I do, you know, my cleanser, my moisturizer, and then this on top of it, and it's just gives me another layer of moisture instead of using some of the primers that are like more of a gel, or even the spray ones. It just doesn't feel like they're taking care of my skin like this is. Now, use at your own risk, because I have read some people say that it breaks them out because it doesn't protect the skin from the makeup and your makeup sinks in, but I haven't had that experience, and I have super sensitive skin, so you know, beware, but I haven't had any problems with it whatsoever. Next is this, it's really gross because I've had it for so long, the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Studio Finishing Powder. And this is just the translucent color. It's just a white powder. This is just a really nice setting powder if you need it. It's really finely milled. I'm sure it's probably not quite as nice as some of the high-end ones, but I find that it does the trick. Occasionally with this and the e.l.f. setting powder both, I'll end up with like some bigger, excuse me, some bigger flecks of powder on my face. So then I actually just go in with this big brush and just kind of lightly, sorry, my hair's in the way, just kind of lightly sweep it away. and it gets rid of all of those, you know, big spots that may show up from the powder. Next is the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick. Now before we get into this, I just want to make sure that everyone knows that this is not a super matte lipstick that's going to dry all the way down and last all day. This is not that. This is definitely very much a creamy lipstick that's going to, I mean, it is liquid obviously, but it's going to kind of be a little bit tacky all day long, and it's not going to last you the whole entire day. But I love this formula because I find that it's super comfortable on the lips. This is probably my favorite one, and it's the shade Sandstorm. It's just a really pretty kind of tan color, but they've got a ton. I have several. I love all of them. So if you're looking for a new lipstick that's maybe not quite as drying as some of the liquid mattes out there, I would really recommend the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick. So this is obviously not a makeup product, but it's the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. Now this is a really interesting product because it's supposed to be a makeup remover and cleanser all in one. So you're supposed to be able to just like take your makeup off and then also cleanse your skin without rinsing, and you can just go to sleep as is. Now I don't use it in that way. I find that my skin never really felt clean, and again, because I have super sensitive skin, I don't think leaving it on my skin was a good idea. It just didn't react well to it. But what I do is I just use this to take off all my makeup, and it's so nice because it's super gentle. So especially if you have sensitive skin, this stuff is amazing. Usually when I use like makeup wipes and stuff, my face turns so red and just like gets so irritated even with the gentle wipes. But I don't experience it at all with this. So this is actually one of the things that I've included that is not cruelty-free, and actually I don't think Garnier is cruelty-free either. Yeah, it doesn't say, so I don't think this is cruelty-free, unfortunately. But anyway, this is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Foundation. This is probably my absolute favorite drugstore foundation. It's so comfortable. It's just everything you want in a foundation. The only bad thing about it is it has kind of a strong scent. It has almost like a laundry detergent type scent, which doesn't bother me, but if you're super sensitive to scents, you might not like it. But other than that, I freaking love this stuff. It's amazing. I mean, what else can you say? It's just a really great foundation, and it's just a nice satin finish. It's not super drying or anything, and it does also have sunscreen in it. So my other non-cruelty-free product is another foundation. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I actually like to mix these two together so that I can get a little bit of a matte finish without going too matte, because then I get like dry spots that come through. But this is an amazing foundation. They do have a dewy version as well, but I haven't tried it. But if you're in the market for a foundation, if you have oily skin and you want something super matte, this Maybelline Fit Me Poreless Foundation is pretty awesome. Next up is a brow product, and I'm actually not wearing it today, of course. It's the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I use the shade Ash Brown, and I would say if you don't have the Anastasia brow pencil, this is probably the next best thing. It has a really nice skinny tip. Hopefully you can see that. But I just really love it. It's really nice for filling in this front part of the brow especially. Now my mid to arch is kind of coarse, so I have trouble getting the pencil through it. That sounds weird if you don't have coarse eyebrows, but if you do, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I typically use the Dip Brow Pomade to do kind of the mid to end of my brows, but I love this for the front part, and it also helps me keep the front from being too dark. So if you're in the market for a new brow pencil, this is a nice one. The shades are a little weird though, so I would recommend trying to go to Ulta so that you can swatch them, because even this ash brown to me is not that ashy. And next time I buy one, I might see if I can get one that's a little darker, because to me it's pretty light. The shades are definitely not exact matches with the Anastasia shades, so just be aware of that. I think I've talked about this before, but this is the e.l.f. I forget what it's called. I think it's like Mineral Pearls. I'll insert the right name. But it's supposed to be more like a setting powder, but because I'm so fair, I have to use it as more of like a blush. But I really love these, and I have a friend who has used hers as a setting powder. She's a little darker and she loves them too. But the way I use this is I just like swirl like a big brush like this, or like a kabuki brush. I just swirl it around in the pearls, and then I just kind of like apply it here. And then sometimes I'll even kind of do it up here, like in place of bronzer, just to give me like a little bit of color. It's just like a really nice natural look. So if you're super fair like me, you can use this as more of like a bronzer, or even like kind of like a blush. If you're a little bit darker, then you could use it as more of a setting powder all over your face. Next up, it's actually honestly something I haven't used in a while, but I wanted to include it because I really love it. And it is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek. Wow, you cannot see that at all, but that's because it's a highlighter and it's really doing its job with that light. But this is the shade Monster. It's just like a pinky, iridescent, opal-y shade, and it's so pretty. But I've used their other Super Shock Cheek products, the blushes, and they're all really great. So if you're looking for a good blush or highlighter, I mean, these pans are pretty big. It comes with quite a bit of product. I think they're $8. And again, it's ColourPop's weird like squishy formula. So I usually apply it with my fingers, sometimes with a beauty blender, but I just feel like that wastes a lot of product. So I just use my fingers, it's easier, and then sometimes I'll go back in over it with a beauty blender. Oh gosh, I've done that so many times. Sometimes I'll go back over it with a beauty blender just to kind of blend it out. This is my favorite thing to use on my hair, and it is Renpure Solutions Rosemary Mint Cleansing Conditioner. I use this instead of using Wen just because it is so cheap. This bottle is $6.99. It's the same exact size as the Wen bottle that I think is like 30 bucks. And I love it. It does take a little bit of getting used to. The first couple times your hair is going to get oily a lot faster than normal, but I promise your hair will adjust and it will feel so much better. 2 things left. I could not forgive myself if I didn't include this, and I almost forgot it, and that is my beloved NYX matte lipstick. These things are foolproof. They have so many shades. This is my favorite one. I wear it all the time. It's the shade Minx. It's like a grayish taupey color, but they've got tons. You know, they've got Perfect Red, which is my favorite red lipstick. They've got bright pinks, they've got oranges, they've got even like some blue shades now that are really pretty. I think they're $6.99, but you can always get them on sale at Ulta, so just hold out for a sale if you want to stock up on those. And last but not least are the ColourPop liquid lipsticks. Now this is the ColourPop Ultra Metallic Lip, but honestly I would recommend any of their liquid lipsticks. I've tried the satin, I've tried the matte, I've tried the metallics. The only one I haven't tried are the glosses, but that's just because I'm not a huge gloss girl, so I just didn't see any point in buying them, but I'm sure they're great too. These are $6 a tube. They're amazing. This is actually not the one I'm wearing right now. The one I'm wearing right now is Man Eater, but it is one of the metallics. They just last forever. They're amazing, cruelty-free. I feel like my channel is like an ad for ColourPop, but they don't even pay me. But I love them so much that I don't even feel bad about it. So you can see a ton of my videos. I talk about ColourPop. I have a review of this. I think I've got some other videos that are just about ColourPop and posts on my blog too. So I'll make sure to include links for all that stuff below if you're interested in checking out more. I'll also include links for all of these products in case you're interested in purchasing them or just finding out more information about the products so that you can just go directly to them. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe so that you don't miss the next video. If you're feeling super generous, go over to my blog and you can go ahead and pin this. I've got a link that'll let you pin it straight from there with a caption ready to go and everything. That's so helpful for me. Pinterest is a way that's really easy for people to find my content who might not find it otherwise. So if you use Pinterest and if you like this video, that would be such a big help to me if you guys would go in and pin it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!